I like to talk about everyone has to jump at some point. You have to jump. Steve Harvey's got this phenomenal video about at some point in your life, you're going to have to jump and pursue what you want to pursue. And when you jump, you may fall, you may scrape your knee, you may be scared, but at some point you still have to jump. Otherwise, you're going to be doing the same thing that you've always done, which is many times in a W-2, sort of just holding you back on your income, holding you back on your future. We talked to Kate, I think it was literally yesterday. She's like, 2 years, John, 2 years of sacrifice. And I still had no clue. I'm like, if you just did it 2 years ago and took my course in a day, because she is a six-figure signing agent in our program, and she's taking more vacations and she's spending more freedom for herself and spending more time with her family. I told her it cost her a lot. But if she just jumped and became an expert in a day, she wouldn't have had to sacrifice that. Can you maybe talk about what that feeling was like for you to jump? Did it feel like a jump to you?
Yeah.
Or did you, because I know you've run businesses, but I want to just talk about that moment of like, you know what, I'm hitting the start button and I'm going to jump. Can you?
Well, the first call, or I think it was a text, and I accepted a signing, and it wasn't too far from where I lived, about 8-9 miles away. And I thought, oh, that's wonderful. And I just jumped in and I said, I got this, I'm going to do it. I got my stuff. I dress up. I wear a shirt and tie and a suit coat.
Yep, I love that.
So I that's just something. That's just me. I want to look professional, act professional. Yep. And here's a tip I can tell you in life: people don't know what you don't know unless you tell them.
I love that.
People don't know what you don't know unless you reveal it and tell them. So when I went up there, they knew I was coming. Rang the doorbell. They invited me in. I said, let me take off my shoes. I don't want to get your beautiful floor wet. What a beautiful house. We went right to the table. We sat down, went right into the loan signing. And I mean, they thought I was some expert. They had no idea. This was my first one.
Yeah.
And I didn't say, this is my first job. I hope I don't mess it up. I said nothing. I just jumped right in. Nicest people could be. We had a good time. They offered me something to drink. And of course, in this course, we're taught no food, no drinks, don't use the bathroom.
There's a lot of reasons for that too, but
don't talk politics, don't talk religion, stay on course, stay focused. And we got through it. And, I previewed the documents a little bit. That's another tip. If you get the documents in time, preview them and look through them, because you find out where they need to sign, where they need to initial, because sometimes it's a little bit hidden or you're not sure. Plus it gives you time. You can call the company up and ask questions before you get there. But anyways, we went through the signing. It went perfect. And I was done. I sent them.
Were you hooked? Well, how did you feel when you were done? You were ready for more.
I thought, boy, I could do a couple more today. And that was my first one. I'll never forget it. We're not too far.
Yeah.
And
I'll never forget my first one either, but I think everyone would remember the moment where you're like, oh my God, this is real. Because it's not talking about it, it's not looking at it, it's experiencing it. You've done it, you've put your stake down and say, I'm going to get this taken care of. You did your first one. And I have never heard anybody say they were not ready for more. No matter how bad it went, they're like, oh, I know they're not going to be like that again. I'm definitely still in it.
And I like it. Now when companies call, or if they call you up, the schedulers, and they'll say, I've got a refi, I've got an annuity, I've got this. I go, oh yeah, I've done lots of those. Oh yeah, it's a Quicken loan. I've done those. So they feel like they're talking to someone's an expert. And like you said, when you tell them you're busy, they sense that, you're serious about this.
They know who's full-time and who's not full-time. They know who makes their bread and butter with loan signings and who doesn't. They know who's going to call them back right away if they don't pick up, and who's never going to get back to them for a week later. I mean, these people are not stupid, right? They know like their one job is to get it scheduled. So when you cater to them,
you help them out.
Changes. Yeah, you're just literally helping a buddy and getting business.